You are listening to BL in the Air. My name is Shai.
And I'm Alex.
And today we are going to be talking about a newer show that has been very long awaited for me, at least. We are going to be talking about The X Morning. But before we do that, Alex, what's in the air with you?
The show that I've been waiting a long time for.
Yeah.
Revamp.
Long time, my God.
Yeah. I'm watching Revamp. And I'm not going to
Revamp.
talk too much about the show because I don't want to give spoilers away for you. Or anyone, honestly. Even though I think by the time this comes out, the show might be done or close to done, actually.
Yeah.
But it's Boone and Prem. And this got announced like a year and a half ago, I think. Like forever ago.
I mean, I remember the trailer back when Boss was in it. Like,
yeah.
It's been so long.
Yeah, because it was I forgot what
we didn't even know
company.
if it was gonna happen.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment there because it was Boone was under a different company, with like Santa and Sammy and all of them. I don't even remember the name of the company anymore. It's not like they even shut down. It was hold on.
Wabi Sabi.
Yeah, it was Wabi Sabi.
Yeah.
Right? And Wabi Sabi decided they weren't going to do artist management anymore. Totally fine. BOC is doing the same thing, right? That's why everybody's leaving BOC. And with that, so like pretty much everybody besides like one or two people from Wabi Sabi just went straight over to GMM, which was like such a crazy day.
Yeah, they must have just had some sort of like agreement where it's like, yeah, you can come over.
Yeah.
We'll absorb you.
Yeah, it was crazy, which, I mean, it's not like GMM doesn't have actors anyway. They have so many. So now they have even more.
Like too many, arguably.
Yeah, which they, like, the ones that aren't in ships have slowly been leaving, which has been kind of interesting to watch. But with that, Prem, who was not part of Wabi Sabi, also joined with Boone, which is crazy.
Yeah. So they can be together.
I know. It makes me so happy because Between Us is such a comfort show for me. And so, but yeah, before that happened, Boone had already like put his heart and soul into this show because this is his. Like he wrote the script, he came up with the plot, you know, or maybe he didn't write the full script because I don't think he has script credits on MDL. But this is his baby, and right, and then it had like such a like Santa was in it, and Boss was in it from like Love in the Air, which now the Boss was under Wabi Sabi either because he's under Me Mind Why, and then so the jump happened, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, what happens to this show? And so we had a little bit of recasting, with some crazy changes like barcodes in it now.
Yeah, and I didn't even like know that until recently.
Oh, really?
So.
That was such a like a big thing. But I don't think Boone Prem were really on your radar at the time.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know them.
It's okay. So, yeah. But yeah, barcode joining, and then of course Boss was out, which I think was also partially filming overlap issues. I think it was company, but I also think there was some filming overlap. And then like Santa got replaced. I don't know specifically what character. I don't remember what character Santa was supposed to be, which I thought was an interesting switch because he's also under GMM now. So who knows? But yeah, I will say what the trailer was and what the show is not the same thing by any means so far. We're only 4 episodes in. So
I've kind of given up on like a scary Thai vampire show because I feel like it's just they never do it.
Okay, but I've watched like every Thai vampire show at this point, right? Like I've watched whatever 1,000 Years, our favorite one, right? And then I watched
1,000 Years Old, OMG Vampire. I
watched My Golden Blood, and now this is the best one. This is 100% the best one.
That's good. That is good to hear because I feel like most of them are kind of cursed. I fucking love 1,000 Years Old, but like no one else cares about that show. So it's like,
guys, season 1 we recorded an episode on it. Go watch it.
Yeah, it's actually it's so good, but it's not a scary vampire show.
No.
It's just like silly, weird like shenanigans.
It's they had a $5 budget and a camera.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. And this one is goofy at times, and pretty like tension and like stressful at times too. Like it does a good balance. Like it's not like a horror vampire show, but it has
That's
me
good.
stressed. I was literally like right before we started recording, I was watching the episode and I was literally just standing here with like my hand like on my head, like just like trying not to pull my hair out from stress because I was like, what is happening?
Good. Because I need tension in a show to be like interested in it usually.
Yeah, there's some mind fuckery happening and some tension, let me tell you.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I've been waiting to watch it. I just want to wait till it's done airing.
Yeah,
But I will be watching it.
Yeah, I don't blame you for waiting because this week to week thing is suffering.
Yeah, I can't. I've made myself suffer too much. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I've given up on that.
This episode wasn't so bad, but like last week, the episode was very much like a cliffhanger, and I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you mean I have to wait a week now?
Yeah, I've given up on that.
So, but yeah, highly recommend. Very happy with this one, even if it isn't what I expect. I will say it took me an episode to get over the fact that it wasn't what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first episode is so campy in like the most random ways. Like I wasn't expecting it. So
Okay.
we've gone a little more serious since the first episode, and it's not like a jump that doesn't make sense either, right? So, but yeah, that's been consuming my brain. So, what's in the air with you?
So I started watching Reset,
Ooh,
which I want to call it Reset the series, but I think it's just called Reset. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'm
really?
like 3 episodes in. Yeah, I don't love it, to be honest. Which is like weird because I feel like a lot of people love it, but the plot is like too similar. It's really similar to My Stand-In, but the writing is not nearly as good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of about this like there's this famous actor and he has like this really successful night and he like ends up like he's like betrayed by his lover and he dies, and then he, instead of actually dying though, he like goes back in time to like the beginning of his career and he has like this kind of chance to redo everything again. So it's very similar to My Stand-In in the sense where it's like actor adjacent, and also it's kind of like being able like it's like to have a second chance at these things. And so of course he's still meeting the same people and he's like, do I take the same path or do I change things, which is like exactly the same plot as My Stand-In for the most part. And he also has this kind of weird stalker thing. So yeah, it's but there are just so many things in the plot, like just imagine My Stand-In, but instead you take the plot and you just kind of make it make no sense. Like
So
yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of the Chinese vertical dramas lately, right? Like
yeah.
that's like half the plots of those.
Yeah.
It was like the girl dies and then time rewinds to like the turning point and she gets to go left instead of right, basically.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it is. But except it's like kind of confusing because it's like we go back and I want to say we go back in time like 20 years or so.
Oh, that's
but,
a
like,
big...
of course. Yeah, but of course the actors are like the same age.
No.
So at first I was like really confused because I was like, because there's one character who is like a middle-aged man in present day and then they go back in time and he's young.
Mm-hmm.
But there's all the other characters are the same. And so I was like so confused what was happening. I was like, is he in like a new body or but then they're just like, no, this was just like me 20 years ago. And I'm like, well, you started off as like a 26-year-old and now you went back 20 years and you're a 26-year-old. So it's like, and then there's just the one guy who's like old and then you go back in time and he's young and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, I was really excited for this one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm only like 3 episodes in, so
yeah,
but
I mean, I'll wait till you finish it before I start it.
Yeah. I will say the chemistry between the actors is great.
Yeah.
I think they're really cute, and I do think that is saving the show for me. I think their relationship is really confusing, but I do think that's something we just haven't got to yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand like the connection between them, but I don't think you're supposed to yet.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's taking me out of it is the randomest, weirdest things are so dramatic. I cannot tell if it's like satirical or not. Like, I can't tell. Like, it's not even like a drama, because the things that should be dramatic are just like not taken seriously, and then just like they'll be randomly performing Romeo and Juliet, and it'll be like life or death, and it's like this feels like a mockumentary. I don't know. I'm really perplexed by it right now. I don't think I've gotten it yet, so I think I have to watch more.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people seem to love it, so I don't know what I'm missing, but
yeah, I'm really surprised by your feedback, because I hear nothing but great things about this show.
I know, I do. I kind of just think if you've seen My Stand-In, I do think this show is kind of pales in comparison so far.
Interesting.
And like the main character is just so frustrating, because like he goes back in time, and he just like, I don't know, he's just constantly like, he just doesn't understand his situation, so he'll just go up to people he knows, and he'll be like, pretends like he didn't go back in time, and they're confused, and it's like, dude, like he keeps going up to people and like jumping them. He's like throttling these characters because he's like, you're my aunt, whatever, but they don't know him, and it's like, okay, you have to like blend in a little more. I don't know. I don't know what he's like. He's just like so frustrating. So
yeah, this is crazy. MDL has an 8.7 rating on this.
Yeah, that's so nuts to me. I mean, maybe it'll get a lot better. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
yeah, we'll see. There's just like several things in it where I'm just like bro, like, is this a joke or is this like actually serious?
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast. I recognize none of these people.
No, yeah, I didn't. There's a lot of characters, and I don't really recognize any of them. There's this one guy. Oh my god, I don't. Okay. I just have to like not really spoil, but I have to explain this one scene. There's this one actor, and he kind of looks like Force.
Okay, I was like, there's a lot of F names.
I know. No, he kind of looks like Force, and in the show, he's like this actor. And there's like one scene where he's like dressed up as a homeless man. And I thought it was for a show or something, but no, he just in his spare time, he like pretends to be a homeless man so that people don't recognize him because he's like a famous actor. Like, it's his disguise.
What?
But then our main character recognizes him. And then they're photographed together, and then suddenly everyone thinks that the main character is like a gold digger. And I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, what are the leaps of logic? I don't know if it's a translation issue, but I'm like, I'm sorry, but if a random small name actor is photographed with a very famous actor who's dressed like a homeless man, I don't know how you could be like, wow, he's really like riding on his coattails. Like, that's literally like the main plot point right now, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what are you guys doing? So
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know why he's like, not only is he dressed as a homeless man, but he's like going around like begging people for money. I'm like, this isn't your disguise. I think you're just doing this because you like it.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like a celebrity here doing that? They would get so roasted. Like,
yeah, but if you go up to them and you recognize them, then suddenly you're banned from the industry because you're actually a gold digging piece of shit. So. So anyway, so maybe I haven't watched enough, and maybe they will explain that. But like, I
hope so.
just like, I watched that and I was like, bro, like, do I drop this? I don't know.
This is crazy. I can't wait for people to listen to me like shy.
Yeah, people listen. If you love the show, please tell me why. I so badly want to like it. And the moments where I do see the main character interacting with his love interest, I am like, I get it. Their chemistry is really good. But what is the rest of the show?
Yeah. See, now I want to watch just because it sounds like a train wreck.
Like, it's shot well,
Yeah.
but I do think the writing is not good. I think that's the issue.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yeah, take it with a grain of salt though. Like I said, I'm like 3 episodes in. And it's like 10 episodes, so I'm barely into it. But
yeah.
yeah,
We'll see. I
that's
guess
what I'm watching
next week.
Please don't kill me.
In other news, a little bit of exciting BL in the Air news. We have a shop now with merch.
Oh my god, how crazy.
Right? So yeah, if you want BL in the Air merch, you can find it at blintheair-shop.fourthwall.com. It'll be in the link tree and in the show notes as usual to make it a little easier for everyone. But yeah, we have some kind of fun merch. We have a scrunchie and some like pajama pants and stickers and a coffee mug and a hat because I'm a hat girl.
Yeah, I had a hat.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you want some merch, you can get it, and I'd say a lot of it's pretty low key, like on the stuff. Like the scrunchie is just like purple, like our purple with like some clouds on it. And the pants are too.
It's not like big like I love BL.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
Some of it a little, but not all of it. It's more subtle.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like the low key merch where like if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't have to know.
Exactly. Yeah, we got some like samples and stuff, so we'll show it off once it comes in. But, yeah.
So
if you're interested, hey.
Yeah, and if not, we're not mad. Now to get into why everybody's here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry, we went on a little rant and everything, but
it's all good.
The reason why we have gathered here today is to talk about The X Morning, which aired earlier this year, so from May 2025 to July. And this is the very long-awaited return of the Krist Singto ship.
Which is crazy.
So crazy. So I've talked a lot about it before, but like I started this journey with Sodus. Like I watched Sodus like right after it first aired, and it was like my favorite show ever. And so I was so psyched that this was happening. So I'm like really excited to talk about it.
Yeah. Watching this was really fun. Like I mean, I definitely wasn't like as deep into like Sodus when it first came out, obviously. We have a whole episode on that too as well with Sydney, who was with us last week as well.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I'll say there's so many like hints at Sodus and like Krist and Singto in this, and like just their like life, I'd say.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no way I caught all of it.
Yeah, I tried to write down what I could, and I kind of know everything, I feel, so I'm sure I can always talk about it.
Yeah. I know. There was little things where I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess the summary of the show is basically we follow our like broadcaster. His name's Patapi, and he gets demoted because he does something on air he shouldn't be, so he kind of gets like publicly shamed. And then his ex Tom Tawan comes and gives him the opportunity to rebuild his reputation. So it's basically an adult working relationship, exes to lovers type situation, which is so cool because I don't see hardly any shows where they start as exes already.
No.
So it was an interesting dynamic to explore because that's like, yeah, I can't think of another like Thai BL that does that.
Yeah, I can't either. But it also, again, like going back, like this show, there's so much that parallels them and so just right, like this is them coming back to working together.
Yes, and like so I guess a little into the cast. So P, our Patapi, he's played by Krist, and Tom is played by Singto. And so in the show, it's like we follow like P and like his career, and then Tom is the one who comes back from abroad to like help him with his career, which kind of also mirrors their relationship because for many years, like 7 years or so, Singto left GMM TV. Or maybe he wasn't gone from the company that long, but that's how long it's been since they did like a show together.
And now
so
he's
like
back.
yeah, so him coming back and them doing the show together kind of like mirrors this like reunited exes theme that we have going on. So yeah, kind of crazy.
I love that for everyone.
I do too. It is, and it's so exciting too because like Sodus was college, obviously, like it, you know, is the blueprint for the college Thai BL. And now that, I mean, it's been freaking almost 10 years since that came out, and so the actors are older. So we have like a more age appropriate show, and we always complain about how there's not enough like adult settings in Thai BL a lot of the times, because a lot of times it's high school or college or whatever. So yeah, I always accept the like new premises.
And it's this one is like job, but it's also not just like generic office working, right? Like it's
more creative.
Because that's when we do get like adults, they're always like just office workers, and I'm like, oh my god, please.
Yeah, and like it's like, what do? We don't know. They work in an office, duh.
Yeah. Looking at
this
you,
one's
what
cool
was
you? Cherry Magic?
No, there was another one. One you didn't watch. Oh god, I was like obsessed with it there for a minute. My Stubborn.
The one with the guy, My Stubborn, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like the guy who was horrible.
Yes. That one. No idea what anyone in that company did. like they all went to work every day, but none of them ever actually did work.
Yeah. There's a lot of, especially like JBLs too, they always have the office, the salaryman drama, so. But yeah, other than I guess our main two, we have the next character I have down is Gauki, who is played by Jamie, who I am not familiar with her, but I am kind of obsessed with her after watching the show.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She plays the videographer. She's so cool. To me, she looks a lot like Valkyrie.
I can see that.
Right? They kind of look a little similar, I think.
Yeah. I would call them siblings.
Yeah, I think so. And then we have their boss. His name is Young, and he's played by Pai, who I'm also not familiar with, but he plays their boss.
Yeah, I didn't know him either. I didn't really know anybody in this cast.
I did know, so the next there's a couple side characters I was familiar with. I'm familiar with Earn, who plays Nudie, who is the boss's sister. I'd seen her previously in like a couple shows, so
I thought she was Mint for like half of the show.
Oh my god. No, but they do kind of look similar.
Yeah,
but
I realized at one point I was like, oh, that's not Mint.
No, yeah, I've seen her she was in Pluto. She was in like one of like the love triangle or the threesome or the throuple or whatever the fuck was happening with the girls in that show. And she was in High School Frenemy. Yeah. So I I mostly recognize her from Pluto though. And then just like very side characters. We also do have
Ooh.
Oh my god, PD and Ooh,
yeah, we have Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, he's there, and Om, that's his name.
Om, okay,
who plays PD from Until We Meet Again. But,
PD.
Yeah. Him and Ooh play like the villain characters, which is fun.
Yeah, Ooh as a villain is peak.
Oh, he was like pushing my buttons. I was like, I like this for him.
I need you to watch Perfect 10-Liners. I know it's a commitment.
I know,
but I need you to watch it.
I will. That's another one that is on the list. And life update. I'm now unemployed, so I have free time.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Lore drop. Just no, you can laugh. It's funny.
Oh, it was the way you were like, yeah. Okay, but and what Poon are like a ship now, and it is the craziest thing I've ever seen. They're together all the time now.
Yeah, they like dropped the ship. Everyone was like, I never considered that. And then they were like started posting together, and then it was like, oh, you know what? I see it.
Yeah, no, it makes so much sense that fits because Poon was with Mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mark beforehand, and it just I think they were actually in Perfect 10 Layers. I don't even remember. They were in one of them.
They were in We Are for sure.
Yeah, they were in I don't think maybe they weren't in Perfect 10 Liners then. I don't. That tells you how.
Like they were. But...
Okay, yeah. See, it tells you how much I like. They just never like. It's nothing against either actor, right? Like I love them both, but like as a ship, they just never clicked.
Yeah.
And then I think Mark is gonna just do a solo whatever because they did a lot of recasting with this too when this change happened. And now we have Ohm and Poon. And they're together, and Poon is just like lit up. Like he's just so like active all of a sudden. And I'm like, where has this been this entire time? I'm so here for it.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm excited to see that too.
Yeah.
But
so
I was very confused at first because it's like there's so many ohms. I was like, what is happening with like the ohms right now? I don't know, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's hard to keep up with the ohms because there's Ohm from, is it Domundi? Yeah, from Domundi, who has like my heart right now. I love him.
Yeah, he's our chronically online king.
He is. He was wearing a fan shirt. He posted a TikTok or whatever. Today it was a fan shirt that was like with Jimmy's face on it. And it was like something about being like boyfriends or something. It was so fucking funny. And then like the caption was like, because he was like lip singing to like a song about like his man or whatever. And the caption was literally whatever the shirt or song says, whatever, you know, like, okay. They lean so far into the fan service. It cracks me up.
Anyway, I guess that's like the main cast. Yeah, I guess we can get into episode 1.
Yeah.
So for some backstory, and this show goes a lot between present day and in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So we have P and Tim, they're a couple. We've like established like they're together. They're both university students. They're both journalism students, and we kind of start with them like going around this neighborhood, and they're like secretly recording people and like trying to like secretly interview people because they want to expose this like member of parliament who is like a drug dealer. And like people like don't want to talk to them like for obvious reasons. And eventually they like get someone to talk to them, and they like find the suspect who's like trying to buy drugs or whatever, and they like chase him and they like tackle him, and there's like this whole fight. And they like kind of detain him, I guess, until like police can come and like they make an arrest, which is like a crazy way to open the show. Also, I do not think it's ethical journalism.
No.
Like not at all. Like you can't just be like recording people without their knowledge and making a citizen's arrest, but maybe the laws are different in Thailand. I don't know.
I don't think they are. I think it's just college kids thinking they can save the world.
Yeah, they're like pretending like they're FBI or something, but they're students. But I guess people like it because they do win a journalism award for it. So
sure,
why not?
Yeah, why
sure.
not?
There's a good amount of non-ethical journalism in the show, and we're just gonna ignore that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
So we see this little backstory. We go to present day, and we're like, oh, where are they now? Well, P is like, he's like some hot shot. He's like a weatherman now, which is a separate job. Like that's a meteorologist, but it's again, we're gonna ignore the role of journalist because like I don't know.
Yeah, to go from like doing like out in the field like journalism and then to be the weatherman, like you have to have a degree in meteorology, careers. Right? Yeah, like those. Yeah. What?
I think they're just like, oh, he's a reporter, which means he can be the weather reporter too. And it does not work that way, but
No.
like, I don't know, maybe he like double majored or something.
I think it's just
So-
a plot hole we're gonna have to ignore.
Yeah, this is another part we're just gonna ignore, but it's okay. And so he's really famous. He's doing really very successful. He has like a big billboard right outside of his like condo's window with like his face on it, like, you know.
Okay.
He's
I'm not gonna
made it,
lie.
basically.
I would not want to see my own billboard every day.
No,
Like
me neither.
I don't have the ego for that.
I don't either, but Pete does kind of have an ego, so
He
like,
does.
I guess, but
It
yeah,
fits,
no, that
but
sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yeah. yeah, I would be horrified. I would be like, put that as far away from where I live as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, please. I don't even like want to see myself in the mirror half
No.
the time, like,
No.
or in like a photograph. So
Yeah. Watching myself on camera for this is as far as I can go.
yeah, me too. And like listening to my voice, I'm like,
I've gotten used to my voice. That doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
But like looking at myself in camera, I'm like analyzing it the entire time.
yeah. But I guess if he's on camera all the time, maybe he's like used to it.
Yeah.
So although he's successful, his like colleagues at work are like kind of scared of him. He's like short-tempered, he's overly demanding and strict. He just seems like overall not a really good person to work with.
Yeah.
Like he does good work, but he is not very polite in the way that he demands it. So
I
it's
wouldn't
not
want to work
great.
with them.
We don't
Yeah.
we don't love people like that.
No.
And so he has this coworker. His name's Tay. He's played by Oo. He is basically like on air. He's like purposely getting on P's nerves and just like asking dumb questions to piss off P because he's short tempered. And when they finish the segment, P takes his coffee and like chucks it at Tay's face, which is like undoubtedly a fucked up thing to do. Like,
Right?
you don't treat your coworkers like that. You don't treat anyone like that unless they're like a creepy guy at a bar, you know?
Yeah. Low key, if I was Tay, I would have also done what I could to antagonize him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I honestly really empathize with Tay for a lot of the show. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, fortunately this doesn't go unpunished because the cameras, there's a mistake and the cameras are still rolling. They're still live. So everyone sees this, which is some major tea.
If television has taught me anything, it's to assume your microphone is always hot and the camera is always rolling.
Absolutely, yes.
If you're in front of it or around it, always make sure it's all, or it's just assume it's on.
Yeah, it's like if you have a gun, you always assume it's loaded.
Yep.
Very American comparison, but yeah.
Yeah.
His boss, Young, suspends P for this, which is very gracious because this is definitely like a fireable offense. But he
But he's famous.
He gets taken off the. He's famous, so he gets taken off the show, and Young is kind of like, listen, like Tay is gonna take over your role. If you still want this career, you are gonna have to start your own show. You're gonna have to start like from the ground up. But luckily for you, I found you a producer who's willing to work with you on this. And in walks Tam, who is his ex-boyfriend, which this is kind of when we learned like they're no longer together. But
Okay,
yeah.
so this whole like plot is kind of crazy to me. Of, hey, you did a bad thing, so we're just gonna give you a whole new show.
yeah, I mean,
Like there's an asterisk to it, right? Because like they have to find their own funding and stuff like that. But
yeah, they don't have a funding. He doesn't have a crew or anything, but he has the opportunity to make his own show. But like he has to make all of it from scratch.
yeah,
But it's very gracious of the boss to like give him this opportunity.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm like, honestly, to me, this sounds like a better show than being like a meteorologist. Like nothing against meteorologists because like when I lived in Charlotte, we had a meteorologist there. That was like my favorite person. I literally have fan T-shirts from him. But like, if I went to school to be like a field reporter and then that I was like stuck in a studio and now they're going to give me a show where I get to be like do the field work again, like I don't know. That sounds like not a punishment.
Yeah, I mean, I think more than anything, it's not a punishment. It's like an
Yeah.
opportunity to like reinvent yourself,
Yeah. I just
like a fresh beginning. So like, yeah, I do think it kind of goes hand in hand with like the like Thai culture and like being more forgiving
True.
towards people.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense. It's because it's one of those. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's fine, but I'm like, that would, looking at it in the American point of view, I was like, that would never happen.
No, absolutely not.
Like, you did what? You're fired, and we're
Yeah.
not giving you a new show just to like let you do your thing. It's you can go be a YouTuber or something.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, but well, I mean, he has this
Yeah.
one opportunity, so he has to take it or quit, basically. So,
Yeah,
um,
with his ex.
yes, and oh my god, yeah, it's like what a scenario, you know? Cause and like obviously, like P does not want to work with Tom, and he, but basically, like Young is like, you know, you have to do this or you have to quit. Like that's those are your two options. So P is kind of like, okay, like let me think about it, I guess. And they like have a conversation where like I don't know, something happens and Tom is like he like backs into a shelf and a trophy almost falls on his head, but P saves him, but like in the process he like breaks his laptop. So
Yeah.
we go and we get the laptop fixed, and of course the guy working there has like known them since they were in university and like since they were together, and he's like, oh, you guys have been together a long time, and they're just like, we're not together.
Awkward.
Like, yeah, and then he's like, oh, what's your password? And then it comes out that like P's password is Tom's phone number still.
Also awkward.
It's so awkward. And I love freaking my favorite thing about Singto and his acting is when he is like smug. And he is so smug this whole show, which like I love it so much. He's like, oh, that's your password? Interesting. It's my phone number.
That's odd.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going unsaid right now, so so like unfortunately like now like there's a lawsuit because like the sponsors of the show are like, yeah, we don't align with what P's actions, so they're like suing him. So he's, you know, into some financial trouble, and P goes to this bar and he is like, he's hit on by this lady who I guess she has like a news YouTube channel. And she's like, I'm looking for a co-host, but she's like trying to seduce him to like coerce him into it. Because basically like she knows with a lawsuit, so she knows like he's desperate.
Yeah.
And this is when like Tom barges in. He's like, P is mine. Like you can't have him. So
Possessive man.
yeah, a little possessive. But we also, this is kind of when we learned that like P says something about like how the breakup is like Tom's fault, and it's like really like you're gonna act like this after how badly you treated me. And Tom doesn't really say anything to dispute it, so at this point we're kind of like, okay, like the breakup I guess wasn't mutual, like,
Yeah.
you know, fingers are being pointed, and yeah. So yeah, P ends up selling his expensive car to pay for some of the fees, and he agrees to work with Tom, and on the condition that they only talk about work and they do not talk about anything personal.
Yeah, that lasts for what, like 5 minutes?
Yeah, they definitely try, and I mean, it's mostly for his own sanity, and I do really feel for him, especially when we learn like what Tom did to him, which is like all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah.
So like I understand he's between a rock and a hard place right now, and he's like, this is the only way I'm gonna get through it is if we just don't acknowledge the elephant in the room and we just only focus on getting my career back on track.
Could you work with an ex like this?
if I was still in love with them, yeah.
Yeah.
But like it would be painful though. Well, I'm very like like influenced by how I know the show ends up.
I mean, okay, fair, but
So I get it, but yeah, I think I would hold a grudge still.
yeah, I can't imagine like either having to give up my career or like work with an ex. Like I think if it was between my career and not a career, I would, yeah, I would figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But like I would be miserable the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the fact that he was done so dirty, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, like, what are you doing back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's honestly, I'd probably just quit and like
New career.
work at a grocery store or something. I don't know. So, yeah, we do get kind of their backstory, and we find out that they like met early on in college. It's like it's giving a little bit of SOTUS. They do some of their like freshman activities, and they eventually, like, because they're both journalism students, they get paired up for a project. But they have two like opposite approaches where like Tom wants it to be educational and P wants it to be like exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're kind of like butting heads about that, and we flash to like present day and they are still clashing about the same thing.
Of course they are.
Which is like so funny, but yeah, they decide, they're like, okay, we're each gonna make a demo of our show, and the better one wins, basically. So they end up like speaking to their old professor back in the day, who like she doesn't know they broke up and they don't really correct her, but she kind of explains that like they both complete what the other person is missing. They're what makes them such a good team is like this combination of the educational and the exciting. So like Tam gets their the copy of their like first project that they did together, and it's kind of this like ghost hunting thing, and and it's really sweet because it's like, okay, exciting ghost hunting, but then it ends up being like these students breaking into this building because the school doesn't have enough like computer resources or something. So it's like a great combination of their two styles. And so yeah, they get that copy of the project. They take their demos for their current show to Young, and he is like, listen, both of these demos are lacking. But he does see the old like ghost hunting project and is like, this is what we need, like a combination of both of your ideas. Which, duh, like obviously they're better together than separate.
Of course.
Yeah. So so this is kind of when they're first like, okay, we need to work together. And they are kind of like hanging out underneath that like billboard, but instead of P's face, it's Tay's face on it now. And yeah, Tam is like, we're gonna take him down. And they almost touch pinkies. It's so exciting.
I love that it's such a small thing, but I know we were all like, squealing.
I know. My favorite thing about these two is like their casual intimacy. Cause like it's just the way that they banter and the way that they just like exist together is just like the chemistry is so good. And so just like the casual moments like that and like the small things is really what like makes me
it's the little things. It's nice to have those moments again where it's like, oh my god, their pinkies almost touched. That's such a big deal, right?
Yes.
Like, have we gotten a kiss
like,
at this point?
Yeah. Like even like, so there has been multiple kisses, like
it's
a lot,
crazy,
but they've all been in the flashbacks. So Yeah, which is crazy. There's like a kiss in every episode, at least.
Yeah, making up for sodas.
Oh my god, totally making up for sodas. But yeah, this is like so crazy to see them do, because in sodas they're like, it's not
At the
like
very
this.
end, right? And then this one is like, yeah, we're gonna kiss constantly.
I know, and I'm like taken a little aback, but yeah, it feels much more like realistic, you know.
Yeah, but I love that like we are getting kisses, but it's still the pinkies, right?
Yes.
You know, like that's still the
like, yeah, because the kisses are old. We're like, that happened like 6 years ago.
We've had a breakup since then.
Yeah, so now the pinkies are what's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so episode 3, we kind of get this flashback again when, you know, they're still together, and it's when P is very like first starting this job at this company he's at now, and Tam works there too, and they're together, and like P kind of isn't loving it there. He's like, listen, like I kind of have just like the grunt work. People are not taking me seriously. Like I miss like being able to just like work on whatever we want together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, should I quit? Like maybe I can find something else. And that's when Young calls him and is like, hey, Pete, we have selected you to go out and do some field reporting. Which is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And P goes out and he does this interview, and it ends up going viral because he like cries during it, which wins him an award.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll go with it, I guess.
Yeah.
There's more on that later, but that's what we know for now. So, present day, they are like, they have this idea for the show, but they don't have any crew. And so they are basically like going around and trying to figure out like, they need like people to operate the cameras and boom and whatever. So they're going around and they're asking people to help them, and everyone is like, no. Like P is too strict. I don't want to work for him. Like that sounds like a shitty job.
Yeah.
And it's also maybe implied that like maybe Tay said something to them that made them not want to work either. So I guess like a combination of the two things.
Yeah. I would also not want to work for him, just based on reputation alone.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. So no judgment to them.
Nope.
And so they're struggling to find people, and Young basically gives them his younger sister. Her name's Nudie, and she's going to be like the co-producer. She's very young, very unexperienced. She does not seem qualified for this job like at all.
No. She's a big fangirl though.
Yeah, she's a big fangirl, and she literally, I'm pretty sure they added her as like an afterthought.
Oh,
she doesn't really do anything this whole show.
No. She's there for the other one.
Yeah. She's like cute, but like overall I kind of skipped most of her scenes because she kind of doesn't have that much impact on the show. So
she's a little too cutesy for me that it kind of grated a little bit.
I agree. Yeah.
So.
She doesn't feel like, yeah, she's just too yippee. Yeah,
it was definitely my least favorite character, and that's probably why I didn't notice that it wasn't Mint, because I just wasn't looking. I was like, please, let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah. But she's here, I guess, so
yeah,
it's fine. And Tay is basically like, hey, I noticed you can't find anyone to work with you. How about if you work with me work for me for 1 week, I will lend you my crew. So,
sure.
So basically, yeah. And P's like, okay, I guess desperate times calls for desperate measures. So he agrees, and like Tay basically like makes him do bitch work for like a week. Like constantly, like he'll write up a script, and Tay will be like, actually, I don't like this font. Redo all of it. Like shit like that.
Okay, but P was making that with other people too, so
yeah.
Payback is a bitch.
And it was like yeah, it was like a little bit more understandable because like people would do like they would make mistakes, and then he'd like blow up over them making like mistakes. But it wasn't like he was being difficult to be difficult. he was just kind of like, oh, why did you make the font red? It's much more difficult for people to read, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like Tay is kind of doing the same thing, but he's just like, I don't vibe with this font, please change it. But yeah, it's kind of a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, I would also just be this annoying. Like 100%. I would be the villain in the story.
Yeah, no, I would be Tay as well. I honestly, I understand it. And so, you know, Tam sees this and he is like, man, this like kind of sucks for him. So he contacts this like really good videographer. Her name's Guy. She is Young's ex. And she is just getting done with a project. So he's like, please help us. And Guy's kind of like,
no.
I don't want to. Like, his reputation is not good. I'm not going to do that. Which is fair. And Guy is also, I think, my favorite character. So
I love her.
I love her. She's so cool. So we kind of get a lot of like flashbacks and parallels between like working together in the old days, like today, and this kind of goes on throughout the show, but just so you know, it's kind of happening in the background. And we have this like work party, and oh my god, they got Singto dressed up in like the head hazer outfit from Soda's, like
love it.
Yeah, and they like make some like comment too about them being like hazers in college, and it's very fan servicey, but like oh my god, it's like the exact outfit, and I'm like, dang, like this is killing me. It's like their dress up theme or whatever. There's also some pink milk at some point in this episode, which is also a Soda's reference. I don't remember if it's at the party or if it was earlier, but that was the thing that like Krist's character always drank pink milk, so that's like a total Soda's reference. Yeah,
apparently Krist has a restaurant and has pink milk on the menu.
Hell yeah, that's what he's known for, honestly.
Yeah, I love that he just leans into it.
Also, what the fuck is pink milk? I assume it's strawberry milk, but
wouldn't they call it strawberry milk then?
Yeah, this is like a Gatorade situation. Oh, it's not strawberry. It is a fruit that I've never heard of. Snake fruit. Oh, okay. We'll have to try some.
Yeah. What, a sala fruit?
Yeah, sala syrup derived from the snake fruit.
Interesting.
Which sounds very interesting. So
I'm gonna have to see if I can find it here. But also, when we go to Thailand, we'll have to go to Krist's restaurant.
Yeah, on it we should actually. I would cry. Yeah. So they got a little bit of nostalgia in there. But things go very wrong when Tay basically, he dresses P up in this outfit, the outfit that he was wearing like the day that the incident happened, and he makes him go on stage and he dumps a whole bucket of coffee on his head, which is like payback.
Yeah. This is a line too far for me. Like, I've been on board with Tay.
It's humiliation.
Yeah. Like, I've been on board with Tay being kind of an asshole this entire time.
Yeah.
Until this.
Yes. I agree. This is when he crosses the line, takes it too far. And some other people agree. Yeah. This is like, you just don't, like, you don't do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, P is like, he's crying in the bathroom, like trying to clean up, and he's talking to Tam, and Tam is like, he basically says, he's like, you're the reason why I'm like this. Like, once again, implying Tam did something wrong.
Yeah.
And and this is kind of when we find out that, like, we get a flashback to the day of the breakup. Tam breaks up with him over text on the day, like right before his big field interview, which is the reason why he started crying in the interview anyway. And P is like, yeah, this is like, what you did to me is what made me like the bitter bitch I am today. So like this is basically your fault.
Okay. Yes, but that's also such bullshit. Like, he made the choice to go that deep into it. Like,
Yes.
breakups suck, but like how you handle them is on you.
Oh yeah, I'm like if I were to like break up with someone over text and then they become a murderer and then they're like, this is your fault. It's like, no, I actually don't think it is. But
No.
like I agree. I do think this is an incredibly shitty thing to do to someone, like to break up with your partner of 4 years over text and block them and then move to a different country.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No explanation is horrible, and I do have like pity for P about this, but it doesn't excuse your actions towards other people.
No.
Yeah. And what's crazy is then we do find out like P asks him, he's like, "Why did you leave me?" And this is when like I was like, "Oh my god, he still doesn't know?" Like,
I mean, if they blocked after, you know.
Yeah. And it's just crazy to me. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, imagine working with your ex who did this to you with no explanation, and to this day you still don't know why they left you. Like, that has to hurt so bad. And of course Tam is like, didn't we agree we would only talk about work? And P is like, fuck you, I guess. And Tam's just like, listen, I'm sorry, when I'm ready I'll tell you everything. Like, he seems remorseful and he knows he's the one in the wrong, but it's still like a weird situation because this whole time they're kind of dancing around the topic and not wanting to get into it, and now like P's kind of breaking down and like his emotion comes through and he's just like, he can't help but be like why did you leave me? And it's like, it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah. I will say, okay, I think when deciding whether or not to work with my ex, without having that closure of why we broke up, I think I would have forced that beforehand of like, we need to talk through this instead of ignore it, I think is the route I would have gone.
Yeah, that probably would have been
the healthy way.
Yeah, because now they're working through their relationship and their career together, and it's a bit messy.
Drama.
Yeah, it's a bit of drama, but they make up pretty quickly. Because basically, so like, okay, Guy sees this, like the humiliation on stage. She feels bad for P, so she decides she's gonna help them. And like later on in the evening, like P's like kind of on the roof, and Tam goes up there, and P's like, listen, I'm still mad, but I've calmed down. And he's like, listen, just, I don't, like, whatever you're here for, just don't leave me again, like, out of the blue. Like, I just don't abandon me again.
Fair.
And yeah, which is very fair. Even if it's not like in a relationship way, if it's in like, it's just like in a way of like relying on someone. And so, and there's a lot of symbolism between this braised mackerel dish and their relationship. And
such a weird thing.
I know. But like, there's a lot of symbolism in this show just for other things, but the mackerel's the biggest. And like, he's eating it, he's like, it's leftovers, so he's like, it doesn't taste as good as it did when it was fresh, but the taste still like isn't bad. Which is like obviously commentary on their relationship. So episode 4, the team, they go to P's mom's salt factory or salt farm for their first story. They're gonna go interview her about her salt because no one else wants him to interview them. And we get a flashback to when there are friends in college, and the two of them, they go visit P's mom, and like P is like distraught and crying over this guy named Paul, who is basically his like crush at the time that like rejected him. So yeah, and we go back to present day, and this is awkward, but P still hasn't told his mom about their breakup. So
I just how do you not mention that?
Yeah, I mean, clearly because he couldn't
He's not
accept
over
it
it? Yeah.
himself, and he's not over it. Yeah, but he basically like they show up there, and it's clear right away mom doesn't know about this, or at least like P is acting like mom doesn't know about this, so he asked Tom to like play along. And of course Tam is making this like as difficult as humanly possible. Like he is being like overly flirtatious and lovey-dovey, and it's like so fucking funny to me. He's like, "Oh, you want me to pretend to be your boyfriend? Okay, I will pretend to be your boyfriend." And of course then they have to sleep in the same bed, and Tom is being very flirty. To the point where it's like, okay, clearly he is kind of like about this. Like it's very clear to us that Tam is like, he is interested in like rekindling things. Like he's not the one holding back.
No. But also he's the one who left with no notice, so you know.
Which is what's confusing. Yeah, which is like, as a viewer, really got me, because I'm just like, man, what is this guy's deal? So we have this flashback again when during their first visit, and P is upset and he's burning all his stuff from Paul, and he gets drunk. They both get drunk together, and they like wake up like cuddled in bed together. And this is where they have like their very first kiss, like is in his bed at his mom's house. And in present day, they are in bed at his mom's house, and they almost recreate this first kiss. Like they are so close to kissing, and like P like turns away and like kind of rejects it.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him, because like, bro, you deserve at least an explanation first.
Yeah.
And so they are now like, you know, they're now at the table, where the dinner table, where, and this is where they first told P's mom about like their relationship starting. And now it's where P is supposed to tell his mom about their relationship ending. But basically he chickens out and he leaves Tam to do it. And Tam is going to tell the mom, but mom's like, listen, I already know you broke up. Like, and it's funny watching it back too. You're like, yeah, mom is definitely like knows they broke up and is just like, why the fuck are they acting like they're still together?
I mean, it's such a weird like, just admit it and move on.
You can tell she's very much like, okay, like I guess whatever you guys want to do. I don't know. But yeah, like very reasonably, she's like, listen, if you guys are like pretending to be back together, does that mean you actually want to get back together? Like she's a shipper. She supports.
Same.
And so the episode ends when P is trying to like start a fire to warm up their leftover mackerel, and he can't. He's like, I can't, like the fire won't start because the coals are too old. And Tam is like, he's basically like, listen, like if you don't, he's like, I think you have feelings for me. He's like, no. And Tam's like, if you don't have feelings for me, then it would be okay if you like slept over at my house this week so we can edit the episode. And P's like, yeah, no big deal, like totally. And Tam pours like the lighter fluid over the coals, which ignites the old flame. Some
Foreshadowing.
more metaphors.
Yeah.
I love it though. I love this kind of like the parallels and whatever. It's cheesy, but it's very effective.
Honestly, just the writing for the show with all of like the subtle things like that are maybe not so subtle, but you know, like it's so good. It's so good.
It is. It is so good. And just the whole time they're constant like bickering. But they bicker, but you can tell they both care about one another. It is like, it's so careful, but it's done so well.
Yeah. I don't know. This was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. And so we go to edit the episode at Tam's house, and again, the fight flirting is so good. Like they, at this point, they kind of know each other. They're both into each other, but P refuses to admit it. And like so Tam's just he does what the thing he does in like Sodus, where he's like flirting onto like Krist's character's like last nerve, which is my favorite thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just like stripping in front of P, like he's gonna go like take a bath, and he, you know, takes his clothes off and he walks to the bathroom and he like walks back and gets a salt scrub and walks by, and
he's so
like
annoying,
completely naked. And P's like, you know what, I'm gonna fight back. And so he goes, and because Tam's like, will you please like rub this salt scrub on me in the bath? And P's like, I'm gonna fight back. And so he takes off his clothes and gets in the bath too.
crazy way to fight back.
Oh, the fight flirting, I'm telling you, it's the best. And even this, like, Tam's like taken aback by this. You can see him be like, oh shit, like I didn't
Oh,
think
it's working.
Get here, like I don't know what to do with this. And so they're in the bath together, and they almost kiss again. But enters Sosei, who is their cat, the cat that they used to like co-parent together. She shows up, and P is like, oh my god, my cat. Well, she's always been Tam's cat, but you know,
it was their cat there for a while instead of
yeah. And so yeah, when they do say goodnight to each other, and it's very like intimate, like there's a lot of like lingering stares. It's very soft, which is great for this scene, because this whole scene's been a lot of like, let's see how far we can push each other. And then this scene is just very like honest and genuine, and I'm like, oh, so good. So at this time, the girls, they're having an excursion to get more footage. I kind of skipped a lot of the stuff about them because I just kind of don't care,
yeah.
Unfortunately. Guy does explain why she left Young, because like this whole time Nudie kind of didn't like her, because she's like, well, you left my brother right before your wedding, which is again very fair. But Guy is kind of like, listen, like I didn't cheat on him or whatever. I basically just realized like he was ready to settle down, have a family. I was not ready for that, so that's why we broke up, and that's why like the two of us are still like on good terms and we're friends. So like hopefully you can forgive me for that. So yeah. A lot of adult relationships happening.
I like where Guy and Young's like relationship goes throughout the show.
Yeah, I do too.
Like
yeah.
that's one thing I did really like. I could care less about Nudie.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm usually the biggest supporter for the GL side couple, but like these two, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. So we have again, Tem is being all flirty. He has this like chapstick, and he puts it on. He says something about like, oh, do you want to like taste it? And P is fighting back now, so he grabs like Tam's chair and like pulls their face like so close, and P is like, don't think I don't know what you're doing. Like, I know what you're doing.
I'm not dumb.
Yeah. He's like, two can play at this game. And again, they almost kiss, but freaking Tay is shouting at the front door. Like,
I love that there's always somebody. There's always somebody there.
Yup. There's always something. And so, of course, Tay goes out. They go outside to talk to Tay, and he's like, I know I asked you to, like, to Tam, he's like, I know I asked you to work on my show, and I know you said no, but I just wanted you to, like, I wanted to get the answer again from you. And, like, P kind of blows up at this right away. He kind of gets unreasonably mad. And which he's like, he's on defensive, and he feels slightly betrayed because he has trauma from that, which is fair. But he does like call he calls Tem an asshole, and so he leaves with Tay. Which is like, Um, and so we now get this kind of flashback where back when they're dating and like P leaves the door open and Sosei gets out and like Tam's really upset by this, but P is just kind of like, oh, she'll be fine. Like he only cares about like sleeping with Tam. And Tam's really upset by this because he's like, I feel like you don't care about my feelings at all. Like, you know, and you like, but yeah, you don't care about like me like as a person. And so to make it up to him, like P goes out and to find Sosei, and Sosei almost gets hit by a car, and P saves her. And so we're gonna see this kind of paralleled in a second, but in present day, so while P is doing this, he's like following Sosei around, and he goes into Tam's room and sees that he still has like all of their photos and like this like lip balm that P once bought for him. And to him, this is like confirmation that Tam is not over their relationship.
I mean, it's either that or he's a creepy stalker at this point. Like,
literally, yeah. It's like a full collage of this like relationship that ended 4 years ago. So
yeah, like if he was over him and still had all that, I would be so concerned.
Yeah. I would have a lot of questions. But he's like, yeah, okay. He still loves me. So he runs after Tam and is all like, he's my producer, you can't have him. Not that Tam was gonna join Tay anyway, but
absolutely not.
yeah. And this is just kind of like, again, like him showing action, like kind of with like the cat situation. It's just kind of like him like taking that step to, I don't know, taking like a more active role, which also kind of, because we've seen in the past, like, you know, back when like he didn't tell his mom that they broke up because he's just like not that, he just doesn't like, isn't the one to be the one to take that active role, and he's not the one to like fix the problems. He's kind of the one to create the problems.
Yeah, there's character growth that has happened.
yeah. So this is kind of him putting his foot down and doing what Tam did for him earlier when he was talking to the YouTuber lady, and stating clearly like what he wants and being like authoritative with it. So yeah, they leave together, and P is like, listen, I saw the lip balm I bought you, and I saw the photos you have up still. Like, can't hide from me.
Doesn't Tam try to be like, yeah, I've bought more since then. It's a good flavor or some nonsense.
Yep, he tries to be like, it's a different flavor. It's not the one you bought for me. And that's when P is like, okay, let me taste. And he like goes to kiss him, and then that's how they end up hooking up.
I love that for them.
I do too. And at this point, like, they've been almost kissing all episode. And so it hits so good. It's like the perfect amount. And this is the first time that they, like, we've seen them kiss throughout the whole series, but because this is the first time they kiss in present day, it just hits different.
Yeah.
So, episode 6. They've just hooked up. Things are a little gray area between them, and they are in the car, and they hear a familiar voice on the radio. It is Paul, and which is P's ex-crush. They were never actually together. And someone's interviewing Paul about his business. And so we kind of have this like flashback, and we meet Paul for the first time, and it's Ohm. It's P. Dean.
P. Dean.
P. Dean. I'm like, oh, I know that guy. And so they, at the same time, they are now like, okay, they have the crew, they have the episode, but now they're having a really hard time finding new sponsors for the show. And to help for this, the girls, they create like the social media campaign to like rally support. And P and Tam, they go to this meeting to ask for sponsorship, and surprise, surprise, one of the bosses there is Paul.
Ooh.
Yeah, who's this big rich businessman now. So because of that, and because he sees like this media support, he is like, I am able to sponsor you guys, which is great. So Paul and P go out to dinner alone, and Tam's kind of sulking and jealous because he knows that, like, you know, P once had feelings for this guy. And he's like drinking wine in the office, and he's like just like sulking. And Rita comes in, who's their secretary, who's been here the whole show. She's kind of been in the background, but I love her character. And after like talking to Rita, he realizes that he now he needs to like put his foot down. He can't let P go so easily. So he's got to, you know, he's been chasing him kind of this whole show, but because he was the one that left in the first place, he has to go that extra mile. So he runs after P, and now we get like a confession scene, which is always fun after you get the hookup scene.
Yeah,
you know,
out of order, but it's fine.
Yeah, I kind of prefer it that way. I'm like, oh, exciting. And so he's basically just like, listen, I know that Paul is better than me in every way, but like, I'm gonna win you back. Like, don't go to Paul, go to me. And P is just like, LOL, like, Paul and I are only friends anyway. Like, it's not like that. And he's also just like, and also I'm not gonna get with Paul because I still can't get over my ex.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
So yeah, they kiss and make up.
Good.
Yeah, one thing I love about this show is that these problems that end up like breaking couples and other Thai BLs are actually like, they are maturely processed and like talked through in this show. And so like these like things like this,
Yeah.
like, you think it's gonna be a huge problem, and then they just like work through it, and I'm like, wow, that's so refreshing.
Yeah, because this could have easily been like the story arc for the next like 2 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, God knows this was like 3 of the story arcs for Tharn Type, and
Oh, that's such a trigger.
yeah, I know. Sorry to bring that up, but but you know, there's so many shows where it's like, oh, the third player comes in and ruins the ship, and in this show they're just kind of like yeah, like you know, they just like figure it out, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, like, slay.
Yeah.
So P ends up, he does go to the dinner with Paul, you know, after working that out, and Young is there too, and he's like, oh wait, like, how do you guys know each other? And Young is like, oh, like, Paul also sponsored like one of my shows, like, that's, you know, a small world. And
weirdly small.
yeah, weirdly, all the businessmen and a bunch, I guess maybe it is like that.
Yeah, more than people think, I would say. But
Yeah, the boys club. And so during this dinner, Paul does say something about like, oh yeah, like, and it's crazy how I couldn't have done what Tom did and like sacrificed everything for you.
do what now?
And, yeah, P's like, wait, what? Like, sacrifice? Like, what? And so, just hours after the confession, P goes home, and Tem is there, and he is like, I found out why you left me. What the fuck? And so, what happened is, back in the day, when Young was choosing someone to be the field reporter, he chose Tam to do it. And instead of P.
Crazy.
Yeah. And he basically was like Tam was like, well, what, like, how, I want to be behind the camera, why don't you have P do it? Like, he wants to be in front of the camera, like, this is his dream. And P is like, listen, like, he's not ready, you are, like, he's never gonna get better because like you're always there to help him and like clean up his mess. And so like we don't want him to do it, we want you to do it. And so this triggers Tam to leave because he's basically thinks he's doing P a favor. He's like, listen, if I'm here, he's never going to grow in his career. He's never going to get the job opportunity because they're going to be offered to me. So that's why he ends up leaving.
This is so stupid.
Which it is so stupid. I hate this, like, what do you call it? Like a mercy breakup? Like where you decide to break up for the other person's benefit but without their say and things.
Yeah.
Like we see this in freaking like Tempo, like that was the thing, like the exact same thing, and like so many other shows, and I'm like, maybe actually like communicate.
Right. Me screaming talk constantly.
Yeah. Like you can't just be like, oh, like you can't decide this on your own.
No.
Like especially if you're like, oh, I'm breaking up with you because it's in your best interest. And it's like, why don't you ask them how they feel?
Right? Maybe
you know?
they rather have the relationship than the career. Or like, you know, there's different ways to go about a career, or there's a way to find a middle ground, you know? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Talk.
And like, yeah, I know. And so that's the reason basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so of course P is like, well, so if I get my life back together, you're just going to leave again?
Yes.
Which is like so valid of a question.
I would also be stressed about that.
Yeah, like you're only here to fix me, and once you fix me, you're just going to leave? Out again?
Yeah.
Like again, like yeah, and so they have this fight, and Sose comes up and gets sick.
Poor kitty.
And yeah. And so now they have to co-parent the cat. And they take her to Mix, who of course is the vet.
I love that Mix has a veterinarian degree, and so he's just the vet in every show.
Yeah. I love it too. And it cracks me up because like, yeah, it makes sense.
It does.
And I love seeing Mix everywhere.
Same.
So, yeah, basically like their balance here is where P is like, listen, you stay home, you take care of Sose, and I am gonna go to work and I'm gonna take care of things. Like he wants to like prove himself.
Yeah, because they have like meetings and stuff that normally Tom would handle.
Yeah.
And so taking some initiative, because it's stuff he could do. He's just not very good at it at this point. But
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wants to be like, you know,
let me show you that I can do this.
Yeah, like I have grown and I can do it. But Tam clearly doesn't trust him, so he ends up coming to work anyway, and he brings the cat in like a little backpack. And of course, Sose gets out and does what cats do best, which is wreak havoc on the entire company. And so they're in a bit of trouble again with their boss. And even though this time it's completely Tem's fault, P takes the blame. And he's like, I want to show you how it feels to have someone cover for your mistakes all the time. Which is a good lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's so legit.
Yeah. It's definitely something necessary for Tam to learn, but like it's such a brutal way to learn it.
But yeah, it is a fault of Tam to like to always play the hero, like you know. And it's just like, yeah, if you want like a balanced relationship, like you can't do that even though you feel like you're doing the right thing. Like now that you're on the other end, can't you see why it's not the right thing to do? So that's a nice little lesson. And after all this, they go to the beach and they have like a honest chat, and they kind of talk about like what they were doing after their breakup and like how they were doing, and you know. And basically they kind of both admit that, like, yeah, I never got over you. Like, I never moved on. And then we do have very nostalgic Oishi ad, which is this, like, lemon drink or whatever, but they had so many of these in sodas, and so I can't help but feel like they got the sponsorship specifically because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you still see Oishi, just not that often anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of Oishi ads in this show. So now Young, he has a younger girlfriend, and so he's dressing all crazy. He's dressing like a T-pop idol. And then they break up because he's chopped and unk. Well, because he's like, yeah, she broke up with me because I'm too old. So
I think it's a sign of my age that I thought he was dressing totally fine beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, he just, like, some of his outfits now are, like, kind of crazy, but he does look good. But it's like, first it's like very businessman, and then it's just like spiked hair and like pink jacket and pants and stuff. It's like, okay.
The actor is 43, so
and he's a very attractive man. So
yeah, he is within my age range.
Yeah. Well, and then he talks to Guy. And they have so much chemistry. Like, I love their scenes together. And he's like, hey, well, you said if we're both single by 40, we would get married. And I'm approaching 40. So they kind of have that, like, will they, won't they? And Sosei is sick again. The true cat owner experience. So she has to go in, she gets surgery. Unfortunately, like, it goes well.
Okay.
And P breaks down after this in relief, basically. And he's like, oh my God, like, so this means I have nothing to worry about anymore. Like, because he was so stressed about the job, and, like, now that's going well. And he was stressed about the relationship, but they've kind of figured things out. And then he was stressed about the cat well-being. And then now that that's wrapped up, he's like, oh my God, like, things are gonna be okay.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's
been my life right now. Of everything's gone kind of wonky at the same time.
Yeah, and that's how things are. It all goes wrong at the same time. It never spaces out.
Yeah, I wish it would.
I know. So, back at home, they kind of have this thing where they're kind of in, like, a spot where they're not fully together. It's kind of like, I don't know. And so Tem is like, oh, you should come in, and, you know, it's you're too tired to drive home. And P is like, no, I should go home. And Tem's like, oh, but you haven't eaten, right? I have some leftover mackerel. And P's like, okay, I guess I'll, like, stop in for a little bit. So they go in, and you know, Tem's in the fridge rifling through, and he turns around and he's like, I'll be honest, there is no braised mackerel. I just kind of wanted an excuse to get you to stay. And then they end up, like, really kissing in front of the fridge, and it's such a good kiss, but I cannot think of anything else right now except for the fact that they left the fridge door open.
Yeah, after this aired on social media, that's all anyone was talking about.
Yeah, everyone was like, close the day. They're like, I know I'm getting old because just close the fridge.
Right? Like, come on now.
Yeah, you're letting out all the cold air.
Yeah, like, the electricity, you're gonna, like, the fridge is gonna break because it's gonna overwork. Like, there's so much.
Yeah,
just close the door.
Come on, guys. Yeah. But, yeah, it's a great kiss, and it is them finally, like, it's them sleeping together for the first time where they're like, there's, like, emotions involved, and it's not just purely, like,
sexual tension.
Yeah, exactly. And so now they start this new phase where they're, like, basically in the honeymoon phase all over again. Like, they're basically together, but they're, like, you know, they keep jumping each other, like, like, throughout the day. And Young, he's going through his midlife crisis now because he's like, I'm old and unlovable and no one's ever going to want me.
Aww.
He's chopped dunk. And so he meets Aaron, who is this new reporter who came in. And, you know, she's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then for the next episode, they want to investigate this company who is possibly, like, dumping garbage into the ocean. They're, like, polluting and stuff. So that's kind of their lead for their second episode.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, P and Tem, they're kind of all over each other at work, and Rita walks in on them, and she's like fujoing out. And she like sees them like almost kiss, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, like I'll leave," and she leaves, and you see her like peek through the window at them, like still trying to watch.
Us. For real.
Yeah, she is us. She's like the fan self-insert character. But, of course, because when you're an adult, everything goes wrong at once. So Tam gets sick, and he has to go to the hospital. He's okay, but he does have, like, a fever or something.
Yeah. It's another sign that the show isn't in America, or just Thai BL in general, is they always go to the hospital for, like, what feels like nothing to me.
Yeah, and he's there for, like, days. I'm like, damn. Like,
yeah.
I could
like,
fucking, like, give birth, and I'd be there, like, 24 hours.
Yeah, at most.
Yeah.
Like, I can't afford any more than that, thank you.
Yeah. And so, like, in the hospital, they're very coupley, and P's taking care of him, and they break out these old, like, pop sockets that they used to have that have, like, both of their faces on it, and it is, like, so cringe.
I'm here for matching stuff. I do not want somebody's face on my pop socket.
No, not especially my face with, like, my boyfriend's face.
It's so...
Like, I know they do it just to sell the merch, like, in real life. But it is, like, it's actually, like, so cringe on the show.
It really is.
But it's funny, though, because immediately Young comes in, he notices right away. He's like, oh, like, which I'm like, okay, that is what happened. So that's funny. But then Tam's mom comes in while him and P are cuddling, and she very clearly does not approve of P. She's like, why are you back with this loser? And she wants to take Tam back to Australia with her, which is where he was living the last couple years.
Yeah. Mom, go away. Do not like me. At this moment, I'm like, okay, I need you to leave. I do not need the angry mom trope.
We get an explanation, which, like, is good. But, yeah, at this point, we're just kind of like, okay, like, chill. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're back at the office. Everyone's seen the pop socket, so they all know, which is funny. Like, there's one scene where the girls walk in, and they're like, the guys are like, how'd you know about our relationship? And they're just like, everyone has seen your pop socket. Like, it's so obvious.
Right? Like, they're trying to hide it, but doing the worst job I've ever seen at hiding it.
Yeah, they're not trying at all.
No.
And Mom is still in town, so P is trying to show off his capableness. He's, like, cooking and taking care of them. He's, like, just doing his utmost to prove himself. Which is when we kind of find out that, like, the reason Tam's mom is not fully on board is because she split up from Tam's dad. Like, they were married, and then he ended up just, like, not providing or adding anything to the relationship.
Ouch.
And so she sees this, and she's like, well, he's making an effort. Like, your father would never cook for me. So, like, you know, she softens up, like, pretty quickly, at least. So, yeah, but I think she's kind of worried about, like, oh, he's using my son. Because now that, like, his relationship sucks, now he wants to use my son, which isn't the situation, but I think that's her interpretation.
So she's just a protective mom.
She is, yes. She comes off a little strong, but yeah,
she warms up pretty quick. I'm glad they didn't dig into these tropes too much.
Yes, yeah. These characters, they do a good job of, like, giving them dimension for the most part, except for, like, Nudie. But most of them are not, like, one-dimensional. And so now we have a problem because video footage has leaked of it's P and Tam when he was in the hospital, and they are kind of like holding each other. And this is a scandal because they are basically like, oh, famous reporter is in a gay relationship with his producer. And a lot of sponsors like pull out of the show because of this, because they are kind of just like, well, they are still like, a lot of the conservatives like have the money and they're still like homophobic, and so
Rude.
sad. Yeah. And so basically the board of the station is they want him to hold a press conference to like deny their relationship. And P goes to this press conference, and instead of, he just like, he can't deny it, he shows off his pop socket, which is like accepting their relationship. Yeah. The stupid pop socket, like,
it's
okay,
such a plot point for no reason. I'm guarantee you they were selling the pop socket, which I bet they were.
the reason. And this ends up working out because now some more liberal and LGBT friendly sponsors come in and they want to support the show because, you know,
Yay.
yay. And also Tam's mom accepts P, like, after this move. She's like, okay, I believe you are truly, like, you truly care about my son.
The grand gesture did it.
Yes, it really did. And we find out that Tay and his producer, they were actually the ones who took that video and posted it.
How dare they?
Like, yeah, which is so over the line.
Yeah.
And Young knows about this. And so he calls them into the office, and Tay is either, he ends up getting like suspended. It's basically the same situation where he's off the show, and now he has to do the secretary work or the assistant work or whatever.
Yeah. That's it's one of those things, like, outing somebody like that, you just don't do, right? Like, regardless of how accepting or not a culture is, that's you don't do, because that's one of the things, like, in K-pop with Dispatch, they won't out any like gay couples, which I respect.
It's definitely, it's a line you don't cross.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a society that there would be, that isn't as accepting.
If there's any backlash, yeah. But I mean, honestly, even if there wasn't backlash, not the thing to out.
No.
So, yeah, no, Tay sucks here. Yeah. It was one of those. In the beginning, I was like, okay, Tay's kind of funny. And then I was like, with the coffee thing, I was like, that was a line. And it's like, no, I'm done. Tay sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, especially like when, I don't know, he had the upper hand at that point. Like,
right? Just let it go.
He had the job. Yeah, just let it go at that point. Like, I don't know why you're still, like, how much of a grudge you have against this guy. But
wanted to ruin P for no reason.
Yeah. And then we also finds out that Arin, the new reporter lady, she likes Young.
Yay.
Which is like, whoa, because Young always thinks everyone likes him, so they were like rolling their eyes when he's like, I think Arin likes me. And then like Gee is talking to Arin, and then Arin's like, I do like him, and Gee's like, oh wait, what the fuck? Like, oh, okay. I thought he was being delusional again, but
nope.
Nope. So we get a beach episode where shit really goes down here. It gets kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Basically, because Tay is out of his position, P gets asked to return to like his original show. And we don't get a solid answer from him yet. But they are at the beach filming their like second episode, and the team is kind of gossiping like nudie and stuff, and she's like, oh my god, like this is totally our goodbye episode. Like they're gonna cancel the show after this because P is gonna return. Like, you know, there's no reason they would go all out on this resort for us if they weren't trying to like let us down easily. but it turns out like the reason they're there is because it's Paul's hotel. And so Paul invited them and Young to come, and so that's the reason why they were able to stay at this like nice resort.
Mm-hmm.
And of course Tam is jealous, but Paul kind of was making remarks and stuff to make him jealous, so it's like reasonable.
Paul starting shit all of a sudden.
Yeah. And later in the night, this like local fisherman comes up and he says something suspicious about like, he's like, oh yeah, Paul's always taking the big spenders to the island.
That's weird.
Yeah, which they're kind of just like, oh, he's drunk, but that is kind of, they take note.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Young and Guy, and they're talking, and Young's kind of dejected, and he's like, listen, I rejected RN because, like, first of all, she's like a lot younger than me, and also like she kind of works under me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good, because again, I'm like, this kind of feels like an HR problem, so it's good that they like acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And him and Guy, they almost kiss, because they're kind of just like, oh, let's see if we feel any spark. And then they stop and they're like, huh, I don't feel anything. But like, I don't buy it, because their chemistry is chemistrying.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I don't believe it.
No. But whatever they want to go with.
Yeah, I guess in the show they don't have feelings for each other. They're just friends, which is cool. But also they're just like, haha, I don't feel anything. And it's like, well, I felt something and I'm not even there. So while that is happening, P is up to his shit again, his shenanigans, and he goes out and sneaks onto that like local fishing ship, and Tam like follows him. It's like, what are you doing? And they're snooping, and they find this like a shit ton of like money.
Ooh.
And it is some other like illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they end up getting caught, and so they have to like jump overboard, and they are like trying to swim to shore, but they're being like shot at. And we go like 1 to 100 real quick here.
Yeah, this is such a crazy turn. Like the first 8 episodes is literally just like regular drama, and now all of a sudden we're in like actual peril.
Yeah, I know. Like, I guess they do kind of tie it in with like the very first episode, when there is kind of that action takedown drug dealer thing.
Yeah,
but it was very surprising to me. So somehow, and I don't really know how, but I guess they wash ashore on some random part of the island. I guess they weren't near, maybe they got caught in a riptide, I don't know. But they wash ashore not where the resort is. It's in the middle of the wilderness.
I thought they were on a different island.
I guess. Well, no, they must be on the casino island.
Is it?
I think they're on the same island, but a different part.
Okay.
Because later on, the people are there.
Yeah.
I think it's just a big island.
Okay.
I don't know. This part, it gets a little confusing. But,
yeah. There's a lot that
maybe
happens.
I wasn't paying attention. But they wash ashore and they are okay, but P's leg is injured.
Uh-oh.
Which isn't a problem at first, but
Yeah.
they do have the survival instincts of a napkin. Like, they're unable to, like, they can't even get a coconut from the tree. Like, they can't start a fire. They can't build a shelter. Like, they're struggling out there.
I'm not going to judge, because I would also be that useless.
Yeah. I feel confident I could at least get a coconut down, but
I don't think I'd have gotten that far.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing like okay for a couple days. Like, I think they're there. It's like 2 nights. So like on the 3rd day, P's leg is starting to get really infected. So they're like, oh shit, like, okay, we need to take action. Like, no one's coming for us. Or people are, like, their friends and shit, like, are looking for them.
Yeah.
But they don't know where they went, because they didn't tell anyone where they were going to go. So they're kind of looking at, like, CCTV footage and the police and stuff. So there is an investigation, but, like, they don't know where they went.
Mm-hmm.
And so they walk around to try to find help. They end up finding this boat, and like the boat has like a casino chip in it, and they basically like they kind of put together all this information they have, and they're like, oh shit, like this boat and this resort is a part of the shady business connected with like the garbage dumping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this, all of that is owned by Paul. So they're like, oh my god, wait, Paul is the guy behind all of the shady business. And they turn around and Paul is just sitting there with a gun. He just pointed the gun at them.
Yeah, they weren't very good at like stealth ever.
No, they are not good at stealth at all. That is not either of their strong suits.
No.
And Paul is basically trying to intimidate P into silence. He's like, listen, like, we can forget about all of this. Like, I'm the main sponsor of your show. Just, like, forget it all, and, like, we'll continue this, like, business relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And P's like, nah, I can't do that. And so Tem knocks the gun out of Paul's hand. Doesn't grab the gun, but they just start running. But, and this is cracking me up, Paul just pulls out a second gun out of his pocket. And he shoots. So we hear a gunshot go off, and we realize that the cops had arrived, and they shot Paul like in the leg.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh my god, okay, so
yeah, everybody's
great.
fine.
Cops are here.
Yeah.
They're fine. Until P looks down and he's like, oh no, I was shot as well. So,
well, shit.
well, shit. That's not good.
No.
And yeah, this was cracking me up because I was like, oh my god, like, grab the gun that you knocked out of his hand. But then I was like cracking up when he didn't even need the gun, he just pulled out a second gun. I was like, oh, okay. So last episode, fortunately, P pulls through. He doesn't die.
Thank
great.
God.
Thank God, yeah. And like we learned that like Paul was arrested, and Guy was actually filming this like while they were like running on shore. So she gets all of this on film. They submit this for an award, and again he wins this journalism award, which for something I just don't think you should win an award for. Like, I feel like this just incentivizes journalists to like put themselves in the most danger possible.
Yeah, so like 2 of his 3 awards have been from him doing stupid stuff and getting caught.
Yeah, basically. So, but I guess, I don't know. Good for him. And at this point now, he feels that he has like earned his comeback. Because previously, like, he didn't accept the job for his old role again. Because he was like, I don't want it handed to me. Like, I want to actually like earn my way back.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's basically like earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have P. He proposes. And
no.
yeah, it's cute, and they're all excited, and they go to like Tem's mom's house, and they basically find out that like she doesn't want to say anything, but they find out that she is like losing her vision, like she's going blind, which is another reason why she's been so strict on who her son's partner is, because she kind of realizes she won't be able to take care of him anymore. So that kind of is another explanation for her actions. But
yeah.
But she needs to go back to Australia because like her doctors are there. And they basically decide that Tem is gonna go back to take care of his mom for a while, and P ends up returning to his old job as a meteorologist, I guess.
Yeah, I hate that they did this. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of like it because it shows how far they've grown. Because basically at this point now, we are exactly where we started the show. But they are such different people. Like, they do show, like, P at his job, like, people are making the same mistakes, but he is, like, much kinder to them and constructive instead of tearing them down for it.
Yeah.
And, like, we kind of have this thing again where like it's exactly where we started, but you can see the growth.
That makes sense. I just the time gap. I just
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah,
for
the
it.
time jump is crazy because we do have a 2-year time jump, which is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still long distance. They're still together. Which if they weren't, then I would have like rallied. But
Yeah.
But yeah, they are able to be long distance, which again I do think a lot of Thai BLs are allergic to long distance relationships.
Yeah, they always
Like
break up.
Yeah, they always like 95% of the time they're gonna break up.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, like I see you. Like this is fine for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it over what they could have done with it, but like,
Yeah. Yeah, I do kind of like. Well, during this time, okay, so P and Tay, they kind of apologize to each other. They're both kind of like, listen, we wronged each other.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. This part was kind of killing me. So Tem was supposed to come back, but he sent a text like last minute. He was like, "Sorry, I have to cancel. I can't come back anymore." Which is like, oh my god, don't do this to him. He has like trauma because you literally like left him this way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all a surprise. He comes back and he surprises P in the middle of the show, and like Tam proposes because they kind of put the proposal on hold. So, so yeah, so yay. And then we end with a wedding. We don't even have to wait for a special episode.
Amazing. Was there a special episode for this?
No.
Okay.
There's not. But yeah, they get married. We see a bit of their wedding. There is like a SOTUS reference when they have to answer like questions about each other like in order to continue. Like their friends and family stop them. Mm-hmm. And then they ask P, they're like, what would you do for Tam? And P is like, I'll run 54 laps for him, which is a SOTUS reference because
that made me giggle so much.
Me too. I was like, one more fan service for the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, Gi catches the bouquet at the wedding. She gives it to Nudie. So kind of at this point I was like, oh, maybe they like aren't pushing a relationship between these two. And then at the end I was like, okay, so they are. But they don't really get too into it.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I didn't really see them as a couple anyway. So.
No.
Yeah. And we end the show, and now they are both on the billboard. So I love a little full circle moment.
Mm-hmm. So.
And yeah, that's it.
That was such a cute show. It was, I think, exactly what the fan base needed.
Yes, it was well written. It was like fresh. It was like great acting and really like not too heavy, but definitely like there was a good amount of like drama, and I thought it was perfect, honestly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I definitely is. Even with the things I didn't like about it, like the 2-year nonsense, like I don't know that I would change any of it.
Yeah.
So
like, yeah, some of it I'm just like, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like especially with like the inconsistencies with the job, it's like it's close enough where I can ignore it.
Yeah,
so,
it's fine.
You know.
I will say, so one of the things we didn't talk about, every time he was doing the weather, he was always in like some insane costume.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on with the weathermen over in Thailand, guys?
I don't know. Maybe they do that, I guess. It makes weather more interesting.
I guess. It's a choice.
So I feel like in Thailand, they just got to be like, it's hot and it's raining. And every day they probably just say that.
Yeah. Krist lost a bet, and this is what happened, is that his character just had to constantly be in crazy outfits.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, they're so like dorky looking. Like even at the end he gets proposed to and they're both in like these furry costumes. It's like, oh my god, we're doing this.
Right. So but yeah, no, it was super cute. What do you think the chances of us getting Krist Singto in GMMTV 2026?
Oh, I would explode. I think okay, part of me thinks we won't. but next year we will.
So for 2027?
Yeah. I think I'm purposely keeping my expectations low so I'm not disappointed. Cause between SOTUS and this show, it was what, like 8 years? 9 years?
They're not
So
going to make
I'm
us
kind
wait
of
that
just,
long again.
I know. I'm like, I kind of feel like I don't think I could handle it if it was just like they have a show every year now. But I wouldn't complain. But I definitely am not going to get my heart set on it because I don't want to be disappointed.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get one announced, but it takes a while for it to come out.
Yeah, I definitely think if one gets announced, it won't be coming out till like fall of 2026.
Yeah,
probably.
That would be my guess.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm curious what other type of show they would do because they are like, you know, some of the oldest in GMM. And yeah, I'm kind of curious what they would do next.
Yeah, because I don't see any Krist having done anything else. So it's not like they even have like side roles in other shows.
I mean, I have seen Krist in a good amount of other shows. Like,
but
he was in like, yeah.
He hasn't been in anything else since 2023 as far as shows go.
Oh, not since Singto came back. He hasn't been in anything else. Before that, he was in several other.
Yeah.
Like BLs, he was in like Be My Favorite and stuff, which I really liked. But yeah, not since. Now I assume probably at least for a bit they will probably only be doing things together.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if like either of them would do like straight shows or like even just be side characters because you know everybody's been side characters. But he did a movie that came out in July.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that it's gotten any kind of international because it doesn't even have a rating on MDL. So I don't.
Okay, maybe it's like not out yet fully.
Yeah, I bet it went theater release is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, it was still in theaters as of a month ago. So that's okay. Nobody's seen it.
Yeah.
And then Singto, he had another drama this year too, from February to April. I don't think it was a GMM show.
Yeah.
Because it was a straight show, of course, but it's with somebody named Esther. So I would not be surprised if they get announced in something just because it doesn't look like they've been heavy on the acting schedules lately. So
yeah, I mean, I hope they do, but we'll see. It just feels too good to be true. You know?
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. I think the fact that they were together at all was crazy enough for the fans.
I never thought it would happen again. Like, literally never.
Did we know Singto was back with GMM before that got announced, or was that all announced at the same time before the show?
It was announced before the show.
Okay.
I'm almost positive because I feel like I remember them announcing I think it was really quick succession.
Yeah.
But I think I remember him being announced and people being really excited.
Yeah, because
then I think the show was announced.
If he was announced, I don't think they were announced as a ship again, though, right? It was just he's back at GMM.
I think they were like, he's back, and then I think maybe like Krist was like, haha, look who's back, and then people were like, oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah,
acknowledgement.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it was definitely like, and then this a trailer came out during the thing last year, and I was like, you're joking, I can't handle this.
Yeah, that was definitime unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, SOTUS was literally everything to me in high school, so I'm just like so nostalgic for these two, and yeah, anything else they do, I will watch.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see them do something. I don't know what kind of show I would want them in, though.
I know, I was kind of thinking that too, and it's like, well, It's gotta be. I would love to. I mean, something completely different at this point.
Yeah. And then no more throwbacks to Sodas. I think it was done well here.
Yeah.
I think it was done really well with the subtle things and how it didn't take away if you didn't know Sodas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If you were a new fan, it's fine. But I
yeah,
think
they've gotten that out of the way now.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
they did
if
their
they
little hee.
Yeah, I think if they were to do that again, I think would just be annoying.
I think so too. You
Of,
can't,
like,
because a lot of people are kind of like, okay, well, the GMM shows haven't been as good lately, so now what they're doing is they're bringing back some of their like most famous couples, and they're kind of using that to get attention. It's like, okay, you can do that, but like,
you can't ride on that for too long.
Then you got to keep it fresh after that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward. GMM's filming like a ton of stuff right now. And I think this is more of the shows I was looking forward to from the last announcement.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll get some good shows from them, because I have to say, I think my favorite shows lately have been not GMM.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, but hopefully we get the 2026 announcement soon so we can talk about that.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I am.
I hope there's some good stuff in there.
I'm excited, but I'm also just like looking at what's left to film and how that usually means those people don't get shows next year.
Yeah.
That has me a little
That's
worried.
True.
So,
yeah.
if also they could give us some of the shows that we're waiting on that haven't started filming yet, like the new Gemini 4th show, please and thank you.
And the Off Gun show, I want that.
Well, that one's
so bad.
They're working on that one. That one's already.
I know they're working on it, but I'm impatient.
Yeah, I'm good with the shows that they're already working on, but there's like the ones that they're not working on yet, specifically the Gemini 4th and the Sky Nani.
Oh, okay.
Those are the two I really want.
That show that they probably haven't even figured out what that show is going to be yet.
I just want to know if it's BL or bromance, because we never got cleared.
Romance.
I mean, I know it is.
I can answer that for you.
I just don't want it to be.
I know. That's going to be their thing, though. It's going to be their shtick.
I hate it. Like,
and then, like, 4 shows in, then they're going to kiss, and then fans are going to explode.
They'd explode now. Give it to us now.
Yeah. No, they're going to play the long game with those two.
I hate it. I love it, but I hate it.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah. But hopefully we also get more Krist Singto. Or Singto Krist, however they want to do it.
Yeah, I think they've said that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So,
which I like.
Mm-hmm.
It feels realistic.
Yeah, because their ship name is like, what, Piraya or something?
I have no idea.
Because they were like kind of during the time before like the ship name thing was like established.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe that's the fan name. I don't know. But
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like their ship name was like their last names or something instead of their first names. But whatever. Doesn't matter.
Well, as usual, guys, you can find us on all of the socials, Instagram and TikTok at bl.in.the.air. Twitter is blintheair. Discord link is in the link tree. The merch store is also in the link tree. That's a thing we get to say now.
Yeah.
It feels a little weird. Streaming video on Spotify and YouTube, and audio everywhere you're listening. So we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.